Welcome back, fellow metalheads. Another edition of Fierce Metal. All right, so last week I brought you my best of October, but I got one more band I want to talk about, and it is Plague Dweller with their album Devoured by the Cosmic Void. This came out on Halloween, 9 tracks, 42 minutes. These guys are a melodic death metal band from Newcastle, Australia. First thing I love about this album, no intro. There are some distorted guitar with a little bit of cymbal crashes, and then the chaos begins. From the rapid fire drums mixed with these fast paced, thrashy riffs, these guys waste no time. And you can almost tell immediately there is something just a little different here. The vocals are very chaotic with this howling, screaming, in your face style that really ramps up the more the album progresses. And it doesn't take long to realize that there's also a lot of melodic and badass guitar on this album as well. You're probably going to hear me reference the guitar on this album several times because it really is a standout on here. The songs are very fast paced, but mix things up nicely with constant pace changes and these tortured vocals. But no matter what's going on in the song, there's almost always this melodic undertone that's very prevalent despite the chaotic song structure. One minute you have these pulsing drums and crunchy riffs and odd time signatures. Then the album takes a turn and gives you something like this. Very nice touch. So the guitar tone on here isn't your super low, crunchy as hell style, but more of a mid-tone that helps the bass shine through on here as well. The drums are a big standout for me too, with a great blend of these pulverizing double bass, pulsing snare drum, and this occasional blast beat to mix things up. You get these menacing, tortured vocals like I've talked about before, and some spoken words thrown in here and there. It does make for an interesting listen, and it feels different with the way things are put together on this album. But I will be honest with you guys, the first few times I listened to this, the vocals are definitely an acquired taste. But honestly, after listening to this album numerous times, it just fits. Maybe for some, it's just not guttural enough, but for the sound they're going for, to me, it's unique. You take all that with this amazing guitar work on here, and you can easily hear what I'm talking about. This album is a chaotic journey you're going to love or you're going to hate. It took me several listens for it to grow on me. And every time I listened to this and I heard something new, it grabbed me. Sometimes when we hear new music, and it hits you immediately, it gets old fast sometimes. So when I hear an album that stands out a bit, it tends to stick with me. All right, next up is the Furious Metal single of the week. It's from a band called DELUSIONIST with their song Weak Flesh and Broken Mind. These guys are a black and deathcore band from Basel, Switzerland. Now, I got into these guys about 4 or 5 years ago, back in 2020, when their full-length album Catharsis came out. And then they had an EP come out in 2021 called Downfall. And they had this explosive, atmospheric music with these brutal gutturals and high-pitched shrieks. And this is a must-listen for fans of like Lorna Shore, Shadow of Intent, and Brand of Sacrifice. Check it out. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Hope everybody's really liking the Furious Metal single of the week. I'll also have a link in the description below for that one and the album. I really want to thank everybody for watching. You guys know how much I appreciate your support, and I have a blast doing this every Friday. So until next time, keep it furious.